And now, the grand finale, the reckoning. There was a lot of, I don't want to say hype, I don't even want to say doom posting either, but I'll just say there was a lot of talk about this stage. And I would say it lived up to it. And I'll be honest with you, I'm probably not even in the best position to comment much on it because I brought Setzer, and oh my god, does he make a difference. Not to say he's necessary for this, because he's not, but he definitely helps with all kinds of things here. That last wave just makes you hit one. Yes, you can battery around it. There are no Setzer comps out there already, but if you got him, just bring him. If you want to make your life more painless, then yeah, I would definitely just bring him to this. But I didn't even opt to bring any healers at all. We relied strictly on freeze to avoid damage, and it worked like a charm. Because it's not like you can just delay all these bosses into oblivion. Doesn't work that way, because both waves get this yellow aura if you take too many consecutive actions. I believe it's 10. I don't know for sure, but I think it's 10 actions. If you take 10 actions in a row, they will get this yellow aura, and then you can't do any damage. Kind of like Alexander Lufenia, when he does that. I think his is 8 though, but you get my point. Same aura. Same yellow glow and everything. So you want them to act. And by act, I mean take a turn. Like, they don't have to actually move. Even if they're stunned and their turn just passes by, it'll reset it. So that's alright. Yeah, as you can see, I opted to just burst here because everybody remembers these Vade horses and how HP spammy they get. With the only protection we have being freeze, without any heals, I figured these guys gotta die so we can have freeze up for the next wave. And it worked out well. Just get through these horses fast, and then this team is more than enough. I think it's going to be a pretty popular comp, especially for the Yuna list, because I'm seeing most people who have Yuna brought Yuna, which makes perfect sense. Yuna's just a great pick for, God, almost anything. she's really good. Like, I wish I could have gotten her. There's a little bit of salt seeing everybody's like ridiculous like end burst phases and the total damage. Like, some people are getting like 10 million and some crazy shit, and I can't be a part of it, and it's so sad, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. I'll survive. Okay, there's a reason I waited until now to put freeze up, because they just cleanse non-framed debuffs after their first turn. So I figured I'd just let them act. They're not gonna throw HP at us right away, and we'll just let core counter and then throw freeze up afterwards, and we'll be good. So yeah, not much to worry about. But I don't want to use any more freeze jokers in this wave, so they gotta die. I went for the Ramu summon just for the stun, really, which I'm gonna save for the last wave. I don't think we needed it, because again, we had freeze and everything, but just to be on the safe side, I figured I'd lock him down even more. You know, without bringing heals, I figured I just can't be too careful, I guess. Maybe Odin would have been better, just for damage, possibly. But then I also figure, if that last wave is going to make us hit ones anyways, what good is Odin, really? I don't know, maybe that was a mistake. It didn't end up mattering either way. I'm nitpicking, like I always do. Okay, so that one on the left needs to die right now, because he doesn't have freeze anymore. So Core, you need to spam until he's dead. Well, not just him, both of them. You're gonna kill them both. Who am I kidding? Okay, one more LD ought to do it. Well, it won't get the kill, but it'll set us up to get the kill next time. I don't want to use that now. No, well, let's just refresh the EX buff, get this kill, move on. We'll save the 10 stacks for the start of this wave. So let me get this straight. Yuna shows up, and they give us the Sanctuary Keepers. And we had a little break and just had those masks. And now, Sanctuary Keepers came back. What? Did they just like roll around in the rocks and come out like, hey look, we're different? That's the lore. It's the same Sanctuary Keepers. They're just draped in rocks. Well, no, they're not. They got these, there's some big-ass tusks. Stone tusks. Wings look a little different. I mean, it's just a reskin that I'm overanalyzing, but... yeah. I think it comes up once in this run where they put the yellow aura up, because I wasn't paying attention to the amount of consecutive actions I was taking. But that's okay. Okay, let's throw up our appropriate calls. Okay, look, 79. The orb goes away. They are going to harden their defenses up. So let's refresh this while we still can. I do want to ask fellow Vaan players a question. Because ever since Vaan got his updates, I swear to God, I never pressed this dude's EX, like, ever. And I'm wondering if I'm alone there. Like, is there... I don't even... See, I could just look this up. I really could. I'm being that guy who's asking you guys a question that I could just find out myself, but I just thought of it in the midst of doing commentary. Okay, yeah, look. Okay, look. Yeah, they put the yellow aura up. So, we spammed a little too much. So we didn't miss out on much damage, really, but still, zeros are always upsetting to see. But anyway, Vaan, do you guys ever use this EX? Because I never use it. Like, I don't even know what that EX buff does, and because I haven't really noticed the difference, like from when I use it and when I don't use it. All I'm seeing whenever I use it is that he's not doing as much damage. So I honestly just spam skills with the dude. Like, that's really all I do. And it seems to work out really well. Yeah, I like never press this guy's EX. Like, pretty much never. So I'm curious if I'm alone in that. Okay. Did I really wait that long to put Jack up? Why'd I wait that long? I'm also wondering how necessary Jack was, because again, if they're gonna make us hit ones anyways, yeah, maybe Jack wasn't the best pick. I don't know. I used the same 3 calls for all 3 of these because it's like the only calls I ever use because they're my favorite ones. I haven't really found a need to really adjust much, unless okay, well, that's fight dependent, of course. You know, sometimes you got to mix it up to deal with orbs or whatever boss mechanics. I'm not saying I 100% only use these 3, but generally speaking, I don't really think much about the calls unless I need something else. Oh yes, please delay us. Yeah, I forgot that. They delay you too. I wish they would have delayed us more, because that would have just been more counters. But actually, in this situation, it might have been kind of bad, because the one on the left only has 1 turn left to freeze, so we gotta put that back up in a little while. Sooner than later, I'd say. But there isn't really danger. I mean, we're very well protected. We don't have healing, but we don't need it at all. Yeah, to no one's surprise, this team does exceptionally well for this stage. I am so glad I got Setzer. Again, I know I'm late to that party, but I'm so glad he showed up. I mean, I could have done this without him. I could have, you know, like, went back and freed Porum or something, but I didn't really want to do that. So again, broken record, but I'm very happy he showed up when he did. Yeah, let's just do this now. Get our stuns on. Get this up. Yeah, and unlike Crucible 1, I am not using Red Spiral this time around. I'm using a White Whirl because there are 2 targets, and it inflicts blind, which seems to be pretty reliable. Because I remember I used to use Vaan a little bit, like right after he got his Eldian Burst, like before this rework. And his blind didn't show up much then. But now it's like, okay, no, I shouldn't say it didn't show up much. It didn't really work a whole lot. Like, they would just hit me anyway. But I don't know, since Vaan got updated, it seems that that blind is always coming through. Oh shit, that was a pretty nice launch. Thank you, Setzer. Yeah, I think I used one red card, and that was in the first wave, only because I knew they were going to cleanse freeze. So, yeah. We really just kind of spammed AoE and battery and brave damage up, and just kind of brought them down. Not much to worry about with a squad like this. But now I'm curious, did they update like the blind percentage? Because I know certain characters have like higher percentages with their blind than others, as far as the likelihood that they'll hit you. I haven't really looked into that much, so I don't know like whose is better than whose or whatnot. But Kafka seems to like pretty much always work. I don't know, and I'm having good luck with the Vaan blind, so I don't know if they updated something or if it's just a coincidence. I have no idea. Regardless, I like it. One down. That would have been cool if that killed him too, but doesn't matter. I kind of wanted to fireball finish, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be enough. Regardless, that's tier 4. I actually really like this Transcendence. I thought it was a lot of fun. Especially navigating Crucible 1 without Yunar Mog. That was fun. But alright. Thanks for watching, guys.
We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead.